Some of the best basketball players in the league are overshadowed by a lot of the flashier players and go unnoticed by many. Today, my goal is to persuade you that Rajon Rondo is one of the best point guards in the NBA. I've been watching and playing basketball for as long as I can remember, and I've observed much, if not all, of Rajon's career. My 3 points today are going to be his individual statistics, his success with the Boston Celtics, and how he hasn't really been put in a position to fully make use of his talents with any other team since he left the Celtics. But first, let's get into his individual statistics and how they compare. So his career average in assists is 8.45, which is already 10th on the all-time list, which is impressive for an active player. Over the past few years, he has had 5 seasons where he averaged 10 plus assists and 4 with 11 plus, and that is not an achievement that is accomplished by very many players. The position of point guard has changed much in the past decade, and many consider players like Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, and Damian Lillard to be at the forefront of the point guards in the NBA. And while they are great players in their own right, I believe they're not really true point guards. They are more shooting guards who bring the ball up the floor. But in my opinion, a true point guard should be more about getting his teammates open looks and just fully maximizing the effectiveness of his team rather than just scoring points. But also, Rondo brings more than just passing and assists. He has a reputation as one of the best rebounding point guards in the NBA. And also, he has been named to the All-NBA defensive first team twice and the second team as well twice. But beyond his individual statistics, Rondo has made huge success with the Boston Celtics. So after winning the 2007-2008 NBA championship with the Celtics, which was his sophomore season and only his first season as a starter, the Celtics went on to make 3 out of the next 4 conference finals and 1 finals. And while they did never win again, they played a very close series with the Kobe Bryant Los Angeles Lakers and 2 against the LeBron James era Miami Heat. What stuck out to me about this team was the way that all the players had very defined roles, and the defense knew that, but they still couldn't stop them. So Paul Pierce was the go-to offensive threat with Ray Allen as the outside shooter. Kevin Garnett was the defender and the big man in the paint, and Rondo was the distributor who got them all the ball. And everybody knew this, and yet they still met success. But despite his success with the Celtics, Rondo has not met much more success. He has met success, but he hasn't met his full potential with any other team since he left the Celtics. But he's still regarded as one of the smartest players in the league. His teammate Brian Scalabrine once shared a funny story. He was actually coaching the Golden State Warriors after his retirement, and he said they were playing against Rondo, and the head coach called out a play, and Rondo just kind of looked at him for a second and said, "That's not a real play. They're running a fake play." And it wasn't even a playoff game or an important game by any means, and so Brian just kind of thought that he realized that he knew every matchup that he was going against very thoroughly, even if it wasn't a huge game. But despite his tendency to pass rather than shoot, Rondo has still met with huge success, even though he hasn't scored as many points as other players of his position. But the fact that the defender knows he's not going to shoot it from the outside, and they slack off and try and block his passing lanes, he still gets it into his teammates, and that's the most impressive part. The former Boston Celtics coach, Doc Rivers, once said, every night teams knew that he wasn't going to shoot the ball, playing for the pass. He still passes and gets in. He even compared him to Tom Brady in this aspect. But I want to show a clip of Doc Rivers talking about his relationship with Rondo.
Very important years for him. Rondo is funny. Years for him. Rondo is funny. Someone the other night, we were just talking about that sitting in the first row. You know, he had nothing else to do. And that's the first thing he said. He's like, we're trying to get these young guys to understand professionalism, being serious. And I was like laughing, But he's saying if it wasn't for Kevin and that group, I wouldn't have done that. So now Avery's probably doing the same thing to us.
There were times you want to probably choke on him.
Oh yeah, definitely, and vice versa, by the way. But it never stopped our relationship. I think that's what people didn't understand. It's like I don't mind it. Like it's good to have that, and then that's the most important.
So Rondo really needs to have a good relationship with his head coach to meet success, and that's been a huge part of his choice of teams in the past few years. With the Dallas Mavericks and Coach Rick Carlisle had a huge disagreement and pretty much resulted in him not playing for the rest of the season because they couldn't get along on how the offense should be run. But despite his lack of scoring, his subpar shooting, and his many teams over the years, he has still met with huge success. I highly encourage you to check out Rondo's career and his presence in the league as he's still playing. But due to his natural basketball IQ and his unique perspective on the game, I believe that Rajon Rondo has become one of the best point guards of the past decade.